I said, how are you doing? He said, well, I don't know. I think this medicine might be having a bad effect on me. A few more. There goes that happy ending.
They once called him the Buddha of country music, calm, wise, untouchable. But behind the bandanas and that sweet haze of smoke, Willie Nelson was no saint of serenity. He remembered everything, every betrayal, every fake friend, every quiet backstab that came wrapped in a smile. And now, at 92, with nothing left to prove, he's finally breaking his silence, calling out the artists who sold him out, the friends who turned cold, and the legends who left scars that never healed. Some of those names, absolute icons. Some were closer than family, and a few, you won't believe he ever had beef with them. Number 1, Garth Brooks. Nashville has seen plenty of rivalries, but this one was fire and gasoline. Willie Nelson versus Garth Brooks wasn't just a clash of styles. It was a war for the soul of country music. It all started in the early 90s when Willie was still lighting up dusty roadhouses, while Garth was turning country concerts into giant Vegas-style light shows. To the crowd, Garth was the savior of country. To Willie, he was killing its soul. You can't sell struggle if you've never lived it, Willie told a bandmate after watching Garth perform Friends in Low Places like it was a Broadway act. The tension finally exploded at the 2004 Country Music Hall of Fame ceremony. On stage, Garth called Willie the conscience of country music. But backstage, Willie leaned in and said quietly, "Next time, sing it like you mean it." Those 8 words hit Nashville like a lightning strike. After that, Willie refused every duet, every photo op, every joint appearance with Garth. "There's a difference between wearing a hat and earning it," he later told Texas Monthly. A jab no one misunderstood. Garth tried to stay cool at first, saying, "Man, Willie's the real deal." But by 2015, even his patience ran out. "Some folks think country stopped when they did," he joked. But everyone knew who he meant. The two legends stayed on opposite sides, the outlaw and the arena king, divided by what real country truly meant. Then, surprisingly, came a thaw in 2020. Willie publicly congratulated Garth on his Kennedy Center honor, writing, "Keep singing, just don't forget the front porch." 2 years later, Garth stood on stage at Willie's 95th birthday tribute, performing Always on My Mind, tipping his hat in respect. Willie smiled. No handshake, no photo, but enough to end the Cold War. They're still not buddies, but that old fire has cooled into quiet respect. As Willie once said, "Some of it's real, some of it's pretend. I can still tell the difference." And somewhere in Oklahoma, Garth Brooks probably hears that and sings just a little louder. Number 2, Waylon Jennings. Of all the men Willie Nelson ever clashed with, none cut deeper than Waylon Jennings. This wasn't just a feud. It was family breaking apart. Together, they built the outlaw movement. 2 rebels flipping off Nashville's polished machine and singing about pain, whiskey, and freedom. They were brothers in sound and spirit, or so it looked. But behind that outlaw bond, something darker was brewing. Jealousy, pride, and 2 egos too big to share the same sky. One spotlight, that's all it took to tear them apart. By the late 70s, Waylon Jennings was burning out fast. Nights blurred by cocaine, pills, and rage. Every magazine cover screamed Willie and Waylon, never Waylon and Willie. That small detail ate away at him like poison. "I'm tired of playing second fiddle to a man who can't even tune his guitar," Waylon muttered to his crew after a show in Austin. It sounded like a joke to everyone else, but it was a warning. At first, the cracks were quiet, ignored phone calls, sarcastic jabs, long silences in the studio. But in 1978, it all came crashing down during a recording session. Waylon slammed his fist on the console and snarled, "You're too stoned to play straight." Willie, half smiling through the haze, shot back, "You're too angry to sing." No shouting, no fight, just thick silence and a friendship splitting right there in the booth. Still, they played the part for the cameras. Tours, interviews, smiles that didn't reach their eyes. But the strain started showing during a 1981 press junket for their duet album Do. Waylon, half joking but dead serious, called Willie a hippie in cowboy boots who forgot where he came from. The reporters laughed, but Willie didn't. He just stood up and walked out. After that, the call stopped. The brotherhood was done. Years later, Willie spoke softly in an interview about losing friends to fame. He didn't say Waylon's name, but everyone knew who he meant. "Some people think freedom means doing whatever you want," he said. "To me, it means doing what's right, even when it hurts." That line said it all. But Waylon had his own words, sharp as ever. Willie went soft, he told a friend in the mid-1990s. He's singing to the suits now, not the sinners. It was classic Jennings, half envy, half heartbreak. When Waylon Jennings passed away in 2002, the whole world expected Willie to show up, guitar in hand, to send his outlaw brother off in style. But he didn't. He stayed home in Texas. No stage, no speech, no song. Just a simple bouquet of wildflowers and a handwritten note that read, "See you on the road somewhere." Those who knew him best said that note wasn't cold at all. It was pain wrapped in poetry, an apology from one broken soul to another. A friendship too heavy to ever bring back? Even now, Willie rarely talks about Waylon. When he does, it's soft and short. "We had our days," he told Rolling Stone. "He was the best damn friend I ever fought with." Number 3, Shania Twain. Willie Nelson never cared for glitz, and Shania Twain, to him, she was all glitz. Their tension kicked off in the late 90s when Shania's pop country bangers, "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," and "That Don't Impress Me Much," ruled every radio station. Nashville was cheering, but Willie, he just winced. "Country's supposed to bleed, not sparkle," he told a sound engineer. And those words spread through town like wildfire. When Shania Twain won Entertainer of the Year, the crowd went wild. Lights flashing, cameras rolling, country royalty cheering her on. But a few rows back sat Willie Nelson, clapping politely with that stone-cold poker face. Backstage, he muttered under his breath, "Entertainer, maybe, but that ain't country." When Shania walked up, smiling and ready to shake his hand, Willie just gave a small nod and brushed past her without a word. Reporters caught wind fast, and when asked later, Willie didn't even try to deny it. "I don't hate success," he said. "I just think somewhere along the way, folks forgot what the music's about." Shania handled it with grace, though her reply had quiet steel. "I love Willie," she said. "We just see country from different front porches." That was her way of saying they weren't ever gonna meet in the middle. The years went by, but the frost never thawed. Willie turned down every shared stage, every tribute, every chance to make peace. He forgave the IRS faster than he forgave Shania. One of his old friends even joked, "Man, he still won't let that go." Shania, on the other hand, still praises him in interviews, calling him a true poet. Willie just chuckles when her name comes up. "She's fine," he'll say. "I just like a little dust on my music." Number 4, Toby Keith. Willie Nelson has never been shy about standing his ground, but when it came to Toby Keith, it wasn't just disagreement. It was war. This wasn't about fame or airplay. It was about the heart of country music itself. For Willie, the guitar was a tool for truth, not a banner for politics. So when Toby stormed into the early 2000s waving flags and spitting fire with courtesy of the red, white, and blue, Willie didn't hear patriotism. He heard propaganda. "A guitar should never wave a flag," he said quietly in a 2002 interview, and everyone in Nashville knew exactly who he was talking about. The real breaking point came that same year at a Veterans Benefit concert in Austin. Willie had agreed to play to honor unity and healing. But when Toby took the stage, he turned the event into a shouting match, barking slogans, waving flags, turning what was meant to be a tribute into something that looked more like a political rally. Willie stood in the wings, arms crossed, watching in silence. When Toby walked off, Willie stopped him and said, "You're using music to fight, not to heal." Toby just laughed and fired back, "You sing your songs, I'll sing mine." That was the end of it. Friendship, respect, everything. Gone in a heartbeat. From that night on, Willie drew a line. No stages shared, no photos, no collaborations, ever. Privately, he called Toby a commercial wrapped in camouflage. And when fans asked why he never joined the wave of patriotic country tours, Willie kept it simple. "I don't play politics, I play music." Years later, Toby tried to make peace through a mutual friend, saying he never meant to offend, but Willie didn't respond. "I've met louder men," he told his crew, "but not many emptier ones." For decades now, the two have stood on opposite sides of country's soul. Toby shouting defiance with boots and flags, Willie preaching peace with a beat-up guitar in a cloud of smoke. And while time has softened most of Willie's grudges, this one's different. It's untouched, like a scar that never quite fades. Even today, folks in the business know the rule. If Toby Keith's name is on the poster, Willie Nelson's won't be anywhere near it. Number 5, Kristofferson. Willie Nelson and Kristofferson weren't just friends. They were brothers in spirit, bonded by music, rebellion, and the roads they never stopped traveling. Together, Willie Nelson and Kristofferson built the outlaw movement, shoulder to shoulder, sharing stages, struggles, and songs for nearly 40 years. They wrote anthems for the rebels, the dreamers, the ones who never fit the Nashville mold. But one careless remark, one sentence, shattered it all. It went down at a private fundraiser in the mid-2000s. Willie had just finished performing a soft, aching ballad about war and the working class. Pure heart, pure truth. Chris, a few drinks deep, leaned back and told a small group nearby, "Willie's turned into more of a mascot than a musician." The crowd laughed. But Willie heard it. He quietly set his guitar down, walked out of the room without a word, and never looked back. By the next morning, his assistant had canceled their upcoming duet session. No discussion, no explanation. When asked later, Willie simply said, "Sometimes words don't fade, they stain." Chris tried to make things right. Sent messages through mutual friends, even mailed a handwritten letter starting with brother. But the letter came back unopened. Willie's quiet response to a friend said it all: "You don't get to call me brother." Later, Chris admitted, "I ran my mouth when I should have listened. Willie's the best man I ever heard." But by then, it was too late. The wound had already set. They never shared another stage, never recorded another song together. Today, the silence still hangs between them. No reunion, no final duet, just two old outlaws walking their own roads, divided not by time, but by one sentence that went too far. Number 6, Merle Haggard. When Merle Haggard took a jab at Willie Nelson, it wasn't some harmless teasing between old friends. It hit like a knife between brothers. For decades, they were inseparable. Two legends of outlaw country who shared stages, whiskey, and wild nights chasing the same dusty dream. But by the early 2000s, something had shifted. Merle, never one to filter his thoughts, started cracking jokes in interviews, saying things like Willie had become more weed than music. At first, Willie just brushed it off. He'd heard worse. But then came the night everything broke. It happened at a joint concert in Texas. The crowd electric, both legends trading verses, laughing between songs. Then, with a half grin, Merle turned to the audience and said, "Weed's a lazy man's crutch. Just ask Willie." The crowd roared with laughter, but Willie didn't. Witnesses say his smile dropped instantly. He finished the set in silence, walked straight to his tour bus, and never said a word to Merle again. After that night, the friendship was dead quiet. The duet album they'd planned for the following year, scrapped, quietly and completely. Willie's team stopped taking Merle's calls, and though the public blamed scheduling conflicts, everyone inside Nashville's outlaw circle knew the truth. The brotherhood had broken for good. When reporters asked Willie about Merle's jab, his answer was calm but cold. "Some things you don't joke about," he said. To him, it wasn't about the weed, it was about respect. Merle had turned the symbol of his life, the very thing that defined his outlaw spirit, into a punchline, and that was a line Willie couldn't forgive. Years later, Merle tried to make peace, saying in an interview, "I hurt him and I shouldn't have." Willie's got more heart than most of us ever will. But Willie stayed silent. He never bad-mouthed Merle, never clapped back. He just carried the quiet, the kind of silence only old friends know when the hurt runs too deep to even name. That silence, that missing "my friend," said it all. Two legends, two brothers, torn apart by one careless line that no song could ever fix. Number 7, Kid Rock. When Willie Nelson agreed to team up with Kid Rock, Nashville went wild. It sounded like chaos waiting to happen, in the best way. Two outlaws from totally different worlds. One born of country rebellion, the other raised on Detroit grit and swagger. But what started as a bold collaboration turned into a straight-up collision. It was 2008. Kid Rock was deep into his Southern rock revival, crowning himself the new outlaw of America. He pitched Willie an idea for a cross-genre anthem, something loud, dirty, and unapologetically raw. Willie, ever the musical wanderer, agreed with a grin. "I've played with stranger cats," he joked. But the second Kid Rock swaggered into that Nashville studio, late, beer in hand, blasting his own songs through the monitors. The vibe changed fast. Session players still talk about that tension. Kid ignored the producers, barking, "Let it be raw," while cranking the guitars so loud that Willie's vocals disappeared in a storm of distortion. At one point, Willie, cool and calm as ever, said softly, "Let's strip it back. Let the song breathe." Kid smirked and fired back, "Come on, old man, loosen up." That was it, the breaking point. Willie quietly set down his guitar, took off his headphones, and walked straight out. No yelling, no argument, just done. The session ended right there, and that track, it was never heard again. When reporters later asked what happened, Willie's answer was short and sharp. Some fires are better left unlit. Privately, though, he didn't hold back. That boy confuses volume with soul, he told a friend. You can't fake heart with noise. Kid Rock didn't take it quietly either. Months later, in an interview dripping with bravado, he shot back, "Willie's a legend, no doubt, but I wasn't about to sit around singing lullabies. I wanted to make something that kicked down doors." People in Nashville say Willie saw that quote, read it once, and just smiled that slow, knowing smile. "He'll learn," he said softly, "or he won't." Since that day, the two have never shared a stage, never worked together, never even spoken again. When Kid Rock got booked for a country tribute years later, Willie told his manager flat out, "If Kid's on the bill, I'm out." And he meant it. Today, that silence still stands. Willie doesn't bring up Kid Rock, and Kid doesn't seem to care. But those who were there that night still tell the story, not just as a clash of styles, but as a clash of generations. As one studio engineer put it, Willie came in looking for a song, Kid came in looking for a fight, and neither man has looked back since. Now, at 92 years old, Willie Nelson has outlived most of his rivals, made peace with nearly everyone, but not with everybody. Some bridges, even for a legend like him, were never meant to be rebuilt. He once called the new generation brothers, but these days, Willie Nelson believes too many of them have lost touch with what real country used to mean. His list of grudges reads like a living history of country music, raw, painful, and brutally honest. Each feud, each silence, each goodbye tells the story of a man who refused to fake it, no matter the cost. But what about you? What do you think? Were Willie's feuds justified? Or has he spent a lifetime holding others to an impossible standard of truth that only he could live up to? His world was built on loyalty, loss, and unshakable honesty. And that makes every one of these stories sting a little deeper. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe for more untold country stories, and we'll see you in the next video.